Welcome to Teapot Genies. The Dublin National Library is similar to libraries from around the world, except that it is housed in a most beautiful building, which has pastel colours and intricate mahogany woodwork. In this episode, Francis Carroll, spokesman of the Dublin Library, helps me to trace my Buckley and Hayes family by following the trail of Griffith's valuations.
Particular civil parish.
Okay.
Now a number of townlands, Glynn is a townland, a number of townlands make up a civil parish, which equate with the Protestant boundaries, and a number of civil parishes make up a Catholic parish.
Right.
So the person that you're looking for, John Buckley, if he was in Limerick in 1857, based on Griffith's valuation, we may not actually find him on the survey for Limerick, but we can try it here in anyway. We know the parish, according to the Townland Index, is Kilfergus. So we just do a search. No matches found. So we can retry and do them for Kerry.
Okay.
We have any number of listings there for John Buckley listed as a head of household.
Can we have a look at Kilgarvan? Because I found a headstone in Glynn area that said the Buckleys from Kilgarvan.
Right. Now, that lists, as I say, the head of the household,
Yeah.
John Buckley in the county of Kerry in the civil parish of Kilgarvan.
Yeah.
If we click on here, within that civil parish it gives us the Catholic parish, I beg your pardon, the townland of Rusheen. So there's two listings for a John Buckley for Kilgarvan, and they're on different townlands.
Okay.
Now from that, what we would then do is look at an index that would give us the listing of civil parishes and the Catholic parish that they're covered by.
Right.
Okay, I'll just get the reference book now.
Well, this may be the Buckleys that we saw in Glynn Cemetery, where it just had to the Buckley family from Kilgarvan, which is a county of Kerry, and he's buried in Glynn, which ties in with what we've been told.
Kilgarvan. Now, this tells us then that the civil parish of Kilgarvan is covered by the Catholic parish of Kilgarvan.
Okay.
And the diocese then is Ardfert, I think the AA stands for. But I'm nearly sure that that should be covered by the diocese of Kerry, which would be one of the ones, I can check another index now, but would be one of the ones that you would need permission to look at if you wanted to use the records here. Now, if you just go across the other side of the room now, we can look at this on microfiche.
Okay. Then it was off to the fish reader to see exactly where they were living.
10, 12, he's there. Now, this is one of the John Buckleys that's listed, and he's leasing property from a Timothy Healy, and he's leasing a house, offices and land, and he gives it a valuation placed on the property. And then for Shandrum then, John Buckley, the second listing on the Griffiths, John Buckley, and he's leasing property from a Richard B. Orpin. Now, these reference numbers here in this column here refer to the valuation maps which are available in the valuation office, which would be approximately a 10-minute walk from here. What that seems to be is that this Jeremiah Buckley was leasing property from Timothy Healy, a house and land, and has sublet the house out to Cornelius Buckley.
Yeah.
So we can get, and in the valuation office as well, as I say, this is Griffith's primary valuation. In the valuation office, you can look at what's known as the cancellation books, and it details the change of ownership for each property up to, I think, about the last 5 or 10 years. So for either of these two properties, if you went there and looked at those cancellation books, you'd get an idea roughly of when either the John Buckleys left Kerry and possibly moved into Limerick.
Oh, okay.
And then in terms of Glynn, in Limerick itself, you know, so he may have left here in 1857 and shows up in the Glynn primary valuation in the same year.
Okay.
So I mean, this is, as I say, this is a useful tool for trying to find the parish and sometimes even the townland that your person's ancestors would have come from.
So the Catholic parish records will be Kilgarvan?
Well, the parish that the townlands are, these are the civil parishes, and they equate with the Church of Ireland boundaries. So a number of civil parishes will make up a Catholic parish.
Right.
Now, just so happens that the civil parish in this case is the same as the same name as the Catholic parish.
Yeah, okay. And that's in County
Kerry.
Yeah.
And we can check the index now to see what year that particular survey was carried out. Now, the records available for that particular parish, baptisms 1828. Actually, we seem to only have baptisms for that particular area. And the reference number then, you could actually look at that on microfilm up here, upstairs in the main reading room. And the reference number will be 2477. And this tells us that it's also, the Catholic parish is also the same name. We check under civil parish of O'Brien's Bridge, and it refers us to Kiltannalia. So we go under Kiltannalia, and it tells us that the Catholic parish is Dunas and True. And more than likely, I mean, it's covered by the Diocese of Killaloe as well. So, and we look under the civil parish of Tulla, and it tells us that the Catholic parish is also of the same name, and that's in the Diocese of Killaloe as well. Okay, so now we go and look at the parish register index for the Diocese of Killaloe, the Catholic parishes of Killaloe, Tulla and Dunas and True. Okay. It'll tell us what records are available for that particular parish.
It was interesting to see the original parish records, even though I didn't find my family. They were extremely difficult to read, and we were short of time. I guess we'll just have to come back another time. But can I suggest, if you visit the library, give yourself a few days.